Hello everybody and welcome back to Alright I'll Do It Black Ice. I'm Count Christo and I'm finally back. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I have last uploaded a video. I had a very nasty sore throat which has made it a complete pain, but I think I'm just about better now and so I can start getting back into this. And I'm looking forward to coming back to this campaign because I think things are going relatively well. But then again, never played this before. Really. So, ooh, that looks odd. Is that how that's meant to look? I may have messed it up with my some of my mods. No, this looks fine. Is that how that's meant to look? Oh well. We're unlikely to have air war going on this episode anyway. So, okay, so the situation, in case you weren't here, or in case you've forgotten, or whatever, and to refresh my memory, because I'm sure of heck forgotten a bit myself. Situation is, we're working on Czechoslovakia, I think. Yes, we're working on reclaiming the Sudetenland, which they should just accept, I think. And then obviously we're going to try and go for these beautiful industrial heartlands. We are helping out in China. Our tank divisions are doing what they can do. They're struggling. They're struggling hard because we have no formal officer training. We have volunteer only. We have reserve army, all of which are pretty bad for your actual troops, but good for your kind of long-term industrial progress. So we're going to see what we can do to break them here. Let's go down to speed 3. They're in mountains, which makes them real annoying to attack. Let's just look at the numbers. Like, well, actually, no, we should win that. We should win that handily, actually. Maybe there's been some alteration. I'm not sure. But we have such low organization. Like, these divisions have, well, 31. Actually, that's not that bad. I would have thought it would be lower than that. What's making it so nice? Oh, the general staff and experienced German command are really helping to fight back against the reserve army. It shows high standards. Now, cool. Alright, well, it's June. We might want to start thinking about building some specialized factories pretty soon. Like, we're going to want some uniforms for sure, because attrition is going to be an absolute pain. Looks like there's been an update. They've made all the crossings bright blue. I mean, that's classic black ice making colours look bad, but there you go. We're working on some oil factories, which it looks like we actually have slightly too many of right now, but I'm sure we'll need more in the future as we ramp up our airplane and tank production, which I do intend to do. Yep, easy crush here. Very nice. Killing these divisions. Oh, they're not in a port. Okay, that's right. They... maybe the mod's been patched. I remember them having supply and being real mad about it. But it appears they don't now. Let's see what we can do to crush in here. Pocket these guys. Excuse me coughing and stuff a little bit, by the way. I'm going to try and mute it, but I will invariably miss up. I'm not entirely well yet, but I'll do my best to minimize the amount of it you have to hear. Why do we have 2 different divisions? Ah, one is the Cav. Why have I deployed a whole crap ton of Cav? I mean, I have to imagine these guys are intended to be military police, but we won't need any military police anytime soon. Maybe we wanted to get up to a manpower requirement to fill a decision. That seems plausible to me. We'll have the Cav go sit over here on the... Is this the Oder, or is this the Oder? I think this is the Oder. Someone linked me a map of all the European rivers and their names a while ago because I asked questions like that so much. I should try and find that, actually. I hope the audio balance is okay, by the way. Please tell me in the comments if the... no, that infantry is going to... Well, we can probably push through. Our breakthrough is great on these Panzer divisions. Let's check out these Panzer divisions. We are, I think, basically, unless we decide that we want to build some heavy tanks or something, we're basically going to run with one Panzer division and just slowly shift it to meet the new situation. It's looking pretty good. 30.5 is unideal. I'd rather it was 30. What is the width that's giving us the 0.5? Is it these guys? No, they're +1. I don't understand. These all appear to be +1 combat width. And 2 on those. Oh, there we go. It's 1.8. No, that's weight. Combat width is 1. So how are you getting that? Am I missing something obvious? I usually am in these situations. There must be some kind of modifier to combat width. Does one of these give a tiny bit of width? I don't know. We've gone hard on the recon battalions. We've got the reconnaissance, cavalry reconnaissance, motorcycle reconnaissance, and armored car reconnaissance. We could even switch this out and get a... oh no, we're out of reconnaissance. We're not using SS because it's ahistorical and cheaty and makes me slightly uncomfortable. But yeah, so we're just going to stick with the normal battalions, which is what everyone else in the world has, so I don't feel like it's a huge disadvantage. I'm told that means it's going to make it like unwinnable because the mod's so hard, but you know, I like unwinnable scenarios. Makes it more satisfying when you win. Vehicle factory level 1, that's great. Level 1 is just such a great opportunity cost case compared to all the others, because level 1 gives you like the 5.3 buff, whereas all the ones after that give you little cumulative benefits on top of that. So it's nice to have level 1 of everything. I would very much like much higher ammo level factories by the time the war starts. But the thing is, you want to build the ones that just give straight up buffs, like increased attack and all that stuff, just before the war starts. Because the longer you can have normal military factories building, you know, producing equipment, the more equipment you'll have by the time the war starts. And you don't really need the big buffs before the war starts, except for, you know, things like this. We no longer get arms shipments negotiations. I don't understand the arms shipments. Like, I really don't feel like it's ever a good idea. I guess if you're really hurting for political power, maybe I'm, you know, nice overrun. Speaking from a position of, like, political power privilege, I guess. Because, you know, as Germany, we get lots of nice political power. We have fired Goering already, haven't we? No? I thought we fired Goering. Oh, that's right. We had to restart because the mod got updated. Okay. Well, I think we're going to fire Goering. In return for, like, a sympathetic judge. Seems pretty nice. But our consumer goods are already at 12%. And if we went to... if we were at war economy... Well, no. We still wouldn't get it down to... Man, the recruitable pop from these is pretty tough, isn't it? We need to keep our national unity above, I think, 75% to maintain our homogenous nation buff. I think... Yeah, net, though. I think we definitely want to go to total. It does give you worse partisans, but to cut out... what is that? 8% consumer goods, plus the sympathetic judge, then we're not quite 0, we'll be at 1%. Pocketing Fuzhao? I apologise, by the way, for my Chinese pronunciation. I'm sure it sucks, but I'm doing my best, I assure you. See what we can do to drive these guys out of the port. Oh, that's going to help. That's really going to help. Okay, 3 more org, more recovery rate, more armor speed. It's a thing of beauty. Let's get Blitzkrieg, which gives mechanized and motorized org, which is very nice. Tank org as well, and tank recovery rate, and more armor speed, and breakthrough. That's really good. Oh, and division speed all round. That's very nice. Mainlining land doctrine, I think, is definitely a good idea. We're going to start the war with some crazy good land doctrine. Okay, so there we go. Crushed them out of another port. We're going to basically just stay in the south. Ooh, maybe I should go and respond to this new naval invasion. I'm hoping that the Chinese can hold in the north. I'm not at all convinced they necessarily can, but I think my efforts are best placed where we can inflict long-term casualties on the Japanese. Lots of people asking, by the way, a number of questions. Firstly, why do you delete the free divisions? And I've explained it before, but I'll explain it again quickly. I consider them cheating. No country randomly got free equipment. That didn't happen. Equipment has to be made in a factory, or, you know, I guess traded for. But eventually, at some point, it has to be made in a factory. So any amount of free equipment smacks of, like, Germany bias. And I don't like Germany bias. I'm Germany. I want, you know, enemy bias to make it harder for me. So I don't like that. And the other thing is, why are you helping China? Why aren't you helping Japan? And basically, you know, they're not in my faction. I don't see Japan helping me in the World War, so I'd rather fight for the underdog, because fighting for the underdog is the best way to gain experience. It's the best way to have a lot of combat take place, which is getting us all this beautiful army experience. Now, something I was thinking about, we should probably build another type of infantry division, a kind of holding division. So we have a holding infantry division and a pushing infantry division. The holding infantry division obviously would want to have much higher defense. So I think, when should we consider doing that? Possibly after we invent... When's the next new equipment coming? The snipers, they're going to be a pain. because we're going to have to suddenly put them in all of our divisions. Is that the only other new piece of equipment we're going to need? I think so. Because all of these, there are previous ones for... Because the Kar 98 doesn't replace the anti-tank. Or the non-sniper Kar 98. At least I don't think it does. What else might... I'm just thinking, like, should we build our defensive unit now? Or should we wait? And I know we're way behind on the Luftwaffe. Way behind. But hopefully we'll be able to pivot hard into some decent airplane production. Spotters, I really should get spotters. Because they're pretty nice. It just says upgrades. I don't know what it does for them, though. Maybe it just strictly adds these? But it might not. It might just add an average of like this and the current one. So what does it upgrade? Heavy. This is heavy artillery. This is light. Or is this... I think this is medium motorized and this is medium horse. But I didn't know I could have medium horses anymore. Maybe one of them is a support company? So that's medium motorized, yeah. And then this one is just corpse artillery, which is small artillery, right? The 15 centimeter is small artillery, I think. I have missed the complexity of this mod. It's been... I haven't played it at all off camera, and it's been... Yeah, I've missed it. It's a fun game. Fun mod, fun mod. That's medium again. So... Oh, there we go. We can see them in here. So there's corpse artillery. Sorry, I guess that's pronounced corps still. I don't know German, but... And the medium motorized. So you can have... It's upgrading basically the medium. But also the... yeah, the heavy army artillery. And we're probably not going to build coastal guns. Oh, that would be entertaining. We could put coastal guns... Are these... Wait, are these coastal guns? Yeah, no, but these ones are railway guns. We could put railway guns in our defensive units. My plan with the defensive units, by the way, is things like holding the Western Front while we push into Poland. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about Italy, by the way. I know I don't want them in my faction, but I guess maybe we should go to war with them, like, now? I'm just concerned they'd beat me. And also, I don't want to be at war earlier than necessary, because I want to keep all these things on reserve army and things while we're building up our economy. Of course, capturing Italy would be very good for our economy. I suspect we'll do something like Poland, hold against France, then kill Italy. Maybe with a surprise attack through here. Switzerland's got to go, of course. Anyhow, let's keep it rolling here. Right, so we're going to try and push out this Shanghai invasion. International Congress triumphs in regional elections. Yeah, we're going to have to push them out of this province. I'm upset that the Chinese aren't garrisoning their ports, but I don't have the numbers to do it for them. Can I send you more volunteers? You probably say no to volunteers right now anyway. You can't tell, unfortunately. Authoritarianism. I do like that they have custom names for lots of the political parties, by the way. It's not just for the fascist party. It's the Taisai. Okay, I'm going to say this one instead. The Party Radical. That one I can like vaguely pronounce. Takes a long time strategically redeploying through these mountains. It's not like vanilla. I don't think terrain affects strategic redeployment in vanilla. I think that's right. Small arms deal. See, like, why? Yeah, I'm never going to do that. No deal. FIFA World Cup. Italy retained the championship. Cool. I'd rather attack through this plains and hills than into this fortified city. So let's go over here. We can surround the city and then attack it. That seems like a much more profitable scenario to me. Modify government. Right, well, we can't fire you because it'll take an extra 100. But I could fire you and just tank negative political power for a while. Like, I don't think that matters much. Because he's so bad. 8% factory output. He does give you plus 6% political power gain. But this guy gives us plus 8. So, I say plus 6, by the way, because there is a plus 2. There's also a negative 2. So I'm pretty sure, Goering, you can remain our economic minister. But as a political advisor, you are fired. I'm thinking this guy, 3% 3% consumer goods, it's pretty freaking good. But is there anything else we'd rather have? Oh, he's just strictly better. Because he's 8%. He's exactly the same, but with extra fascist support as well. Although I don't think that matters, like, at all. But yeah, we'll go with the strictly better guy. And that's going to put us excuse me. Maybe it only goes negative if you completely fire him. That would make a lot of sense, actually. If that's the mechanic, that's really clever. I like it. Because, you know, he's a powerful figure in our government, so we can't remove all his positions. But he doesn't mind if we remove one of his positions. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he minds, but it doesn't hurt us as much. I wish you'd retreated in the other direction. I should have retreated you manually, really. Let's have you, don't attack there, just move in, excuse me, move in here. Thank you, and you straight back in. Actually, try and hold these hills. If we can sneak round behind them and pocket these guys, we're going to do some serious damage to the Imperial Japanese Army. Come on, get those reinforcements in. Our tanks just can't defend, is the thing. Yeah, like this. Let's retreat in this direction. We want to concentrate our 2 tanks in the north, then we might be able to do some damage. Maybe we can sneak in behind, because they're not holding this tile right now. Straight back in there. Where's my other guy gone? What are you doing? Let's just have them strat redeploy around the side. But yeah, our defensive abilities with these tank divisions is pretty poor. There's a case for some motorized divisions for following up tank pushes. I'm thinking like France mostly. But I just don't think France is going to be a huge issue. Let's try a less bold pocketing maneuver. Retreat from up there. Excuse me. Would you? Excuse me. Thank you. We're going to try and push in here, and then pocket these guys. So stay there for a second. All these guys coming south. Ooh, though, since that guy just attacked me. Oh no, I didn't spot the extras. See, now they're going to take this one though. Take it straight back. The Sudetenland. Okay. The Sudetenland. I am asking neither that Germany be allowed to oppress 3.5 million Frenchmen, nor am I asking that 3.5 million Englishmen be placed at our mercy. Rather, I am simply demanding that the oppression of 3.5 million Germans in Czechoslovakia cease, and the inalienable right to self-determination take its place. As heard at the speech earlier today, our government and our people feel the Sudetenland rightfully belongs to Germany. As such, we have several options of how to engineer its rightful return, demanding it through diplomatic channels, attempting to bring Czechoslovakia into our orbit, or seizing it by force. Each of these offers have their pros and cons. We must be sure to take international opinion into account, lest we end up in a war not of our choosing. Well, if we prepare to invade, I think they'd immediately join the Allies. Right? Oh no, join faction protection limit 80%. I think we could just invade. Or we could try and influence their politics, but like, I don't want them in my sphere. I want to own them. I mean, I'm confident we would win the war. Would it mess with our focus tree if we just demanded it? To do this, you just have to own the Sudetenland, so that's perfectly doable. We might increase Allied anger less if we do this. Solution to Slovenia requires controls the city area. Where is the city area? Is that Paris? The city area. Oh, that's up here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think it will mess up any of these things. Oh, I misclicked. What did we do? What did we do? Which one did I choose? I don't think I have a war goal. No, I think we clicked Advanced Sudetenland. I mean, that's quite funny. But, well, okay, that makes the decision for us, I guess. That was probably the right decision anyway, to get it for free and to then just press straight on. First Vienna Award only takes 19 days. Then we'll do Fate of Czechoslovakia after that. We will do the First Vienna Award just so we can do this one as soon as possible, even though we don't really care about the First Vienna Award. It's going to give Southern Slovakia to Hungary, I think. Or is the First Vienna Award Transylvania? Well, we'll see. The Munich Agreement. Peace for now, at least. Great. So that gives us a whole bunch of extra civvy factories. Wow, look how industrialized this area is. That's fantastic. And some tank factories. Nice. So let's watch. Our tank factories were... They were only at 2. We're getting doubling off at tank factory count. That's so good. We're going to have a military police hang a bit further back. Hang back a bit more, I mean to say. Rename cities. Yeah, sure. Panzer Factory level 4. Good indeed. The Beck question. General Ludwig Beck is speaking out against the Führer's plans. Must be removed. Remove Ludwig Beck. Is he actually a general? Or is he an advisor of some kind? Beck. It's organized by name. Beck. I'm not seeing a Beck. I'm probably just being an idiot. Where is he? I mean, do you mean Bock? But honestly, like, I'm quite happy with the general, with like the two generals we have. We'll probably need more at some point, but for now, yeah, let's remove him. And hopefully they didn't actually remove like someone in here. We will want a chief of army. An aircraft designer is very valuable. We should get one of these guys. Preferably, I think I've made a mistake. Preferably before we'd invented one of these. But I guess we'll get the bonus for the 38 versions, and we probably won't build the 36 versions. So it's okay. But with that glorious land acquisition of this heavily industrialized area, we will, and of course a little tasty little pocket here in Futao, we will take a pause for this episode. I shall see you all tomorrow with another one. Until then, thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.